Hi, my name is Morgan Norton, and I virtually volunteered for live stream services from February to the middle of March. My responsibilities were I made games such as word searches, crosswords, bingo cards, word scrambles. And the theme I used, that I had to use, was 60s, 70s, 50s. Just some fun themes for back in the day. I made games for the elderly men and women in the nursing homes, or in the nursing home, that live stream services. It's their, I wouldn't say company, I'm not sure what the right word for it would be, but it's their nursing home. Some skills that I observed were my advisor actually sent me this itinerary of a list of how to make the games and how to do the research. So she helped with my research skills. It did bring me to some challenges. Some challenges I came upon were while doing research on the 70s. That was one of the harder ones to research because it was hard to distinguish what was true and what wasn't. But I also learned that I have family members that grew up in the 70s, and I got some of the information from them from what they loved doing. Everybody had different hobbies and stuff in that time period. But Google did help. I did my research, but I also used sources such as People, if that makes sense. I asked my mom and my aunt. They were very helpful. They grew up in the 70s. They were kids then. Initially, it was easy to research facts about the 60s and 70s, but after a while of making games, it became harder to find facts to use in the games. That was my biggest challenge. I made a lot of games. Each game was worth 2 hours of my volunteer time, so I made quite a bit of games, and after a while, it became a struggle to find facts to put in there that I hadn't already used, and I didn't want to keep using the same thing over and over. Clients wouldn't enjoy that. I overcame these challenges. Like I said, I asked for help. I remembered that I can't ask for help, that I don't have to put it all on me, which is a good thing to have as a social worker. Towards the end of my time as a volunteer for live stream services, my advisor told me something that really stayed with me, and it left quite an impact on me. She sent me an email that said that all the clients, or the elderly living in the nursing home, they all loved the games that I created. It was their favorite thing about their day. They were all excited every day to get a new game that I made. That really stuck with me because I really wasn't sure how I was going to do making games because I've never really made them, but I had a lot of fun making them. I would love to do it again in the future. I learned by making games, that I'm a highly creative person, and I didn't realize that until I started making these games and coming up with creative ways to pull in information and make it fun. Because everybody has different hobbies, so I went from cars, favorite foods back in the day, fashion, music was a big one that I did. I did a lot about the 50s and 60s music and the bands. I also did famous TV shows, which I grew up watching some of those TV shows as well, so I knew a lot of some of those. Working on the games I created, I learned that it is not just a game to the clients, it is a part of their lives each day that they look forward to. So it's not just a game to them. To them, it's something that they get to do every day that makes a difference. My volunteer experience showed me that social work values are about helping people with the standard amount of care. There's a lot of social work values that I thought about as making this. I couldn't directly talk to clients and use personal information. I wouldn't have done that. But I did research as to what was popular, so it was a great majority of what may have been a fun thing to them or one of their hobbies in that point in time in their life. Lost my place here. Now, my field experience related to communication skills. Since I'd done it virtually, some of the skills that we had to choose from was a little hard for me to use. But communication skills was one that I did use. I learned that communicating with my advisor was important, especially when I needed help with certain games or ran into challenges. Each time I emailed her, she was very quick to email back. May have been the next day, but she was very quick to answer and to help. We also communicated each week about the games and how clients responded to each game. She'd give me an update each week on how I was doing and how the games were popular, if they were good, if they didn't do well. Communication is very important in social work in general, because not only is it important with our clients, it is important with our colleagues, so that our clients get the best care that we can possibly give them. The experience helped me prepare for the future coursework or placements by teaching me I am capable of doing anything I set my mind to. This field experience prepared me to be able to collaborate with clients in the nursing home or in home health care in general. I feel like I understand how to connect with clients through making little games about the time period they grew up in or their hobbies. I want to continue learning how to work hard at any task I am handed, no matter how hard it is. I would also like to keep working on making games for nursing homes, since my clients really enjoyed them. I had a great time working with Livestream Services, so if I'm given the opportunity to work with them again for another class, for another assignment, I know exactly where I'm gonna go. I felt like I helped so much. They made me feel like I am going to be a good social worker. And I really enjoyed doing this assignment. Thank you for listening.